right. I'm Detail74.
I'm Valyssa.
I be Blastermak.
And I am Onzin.
And we're the Shaw Squad. And this is the submission video that we're doing for BSG Plus 26. BSG Plus 26 for the Hollow Knight Silksong Any% NMG Multi-Route Showcase 2v2 Relay Race, which is a bit of a mouthful. The way that we've set this up is, because it's kind of difficult to do exactly what we're planning to do at the event remotely, is Valyssa and myself have recorded a run, and I've gone and put those two together into one video so you can see both perspectives at the same time, and we're just going to post-commentate over it with all four of us. Valyssa was way ahead of me in this run, but it's gotten a little closer since then, so that's great. And yeah, the way that we're planning on doing this at the event, if it gets in, is to do a, like I said, a 2 versus 2 relay race where Onzin and I would be on a team running the Bell route of Any%, and Valyssa and Blast would be running the Mist route, and we'd switch who's playing at the halfway mark between the two acts of the game. So I think that's sort of all the basics out of the way. Let's get rolling.
Let's go.
So right now we're going to have Valyssa's audio, so it's quiet for just a second because my VOD's a little longer than hers, so we have to wait just a second for audio to come in. But we're going to switch the audio halfway through as well, so that you sort of get a bit of both. But for now we're just on Valyssa's. So, I mean, to start, I guess, let's talk about the two routes, right? There's a couple of different routes for Any% for this, but these are the main ones, Bell route and Mist route.
Yeah, so early on in the game's lifespan of like speedrunning, Mist route was thought to be the fastest one. At this point, the general idea is that it's 20 to 40 seconds slower because of some developments in Bell route, and also just people actually starting to time it instead of just assuming. So the Bell route is technically the faster one here, but there's room for personal preference here.
Absolutely, the difference is not that big. And so we thought it'd be fun if we showed off both routes, hence why we're doing this the way that we are. The difference won't actually appear at all until, what, maybe like 20 minutes in? Where like after exiting far fields, we're going to go in 2 different directions.
Yeah, it depends, because I'm not sure when you have to grab your first bell, because that'd be the first detour for you all.
I think that's a required bell, though, because the first bell we get is just the one in the marrow.
I mean, yeah, the first 2 are required, but then you get the one in Greymore, and
Exactly.
we don't.
Yeah. That's about 20 minutes in, yeah. So that's when they're going to diverge. For now, we're doing the same thing. Val's just a little bit faster than I am. But so you see us sort of do all these down stabs constantly. Unfortunately, that's fast. There's a bit of tech to it where you don't want to actually hit the ground like normally, because then Hornet will sort of like stand there for a second with their needle in the ground. But if you let the directional inputs go back to neutral when you hit the ground, then you can actually avoid that and immediately jump again or start walking. And so, you know, if you get good at sort of doing all of these inputs very, very quickly, then it's fastest to just repeatedly downstab at the ground instead of just walking normally. We won't have to keep doing that forever, because when we get the dash, you know, we're going to have other options. But for the first maybe 12 minutes or so, this is going to be what we're doing.
Yeah, so ideally you want to be doing the landing lag cancels as much as you can, because they are technically faster than just doing the high jump pogos. But it's really difficult to do consistently, and it's barely faster. So if you mess up a few times, you're already losing time. So where possible, we take the high jump and we just let the pogo run out in the air instead of having to do the neutral landing.
Exactly. Now, this is our first boss fight. It's barely a boss fight. This is Moss Mom. It's just, you know, an intro, basically. She's very, very easy. That has not stopped me from dying on her many times, but it's mostly hubris that causes that. Yeah. She is actually kind of annoying as far as bosses go in this run, because while she's very short, because obviously she doesn't have a lot of health, there's a lot of RNG in this fight all the same. she only has 2, well, technically 3, but really 2 attacks she can do. But the difference between the 2 and how much time they cost is massive. If you mess up even a little bit, she can go flying to the other side of the arena and you have to chase her down. So it can be very easy actually to just like sort of lose 2 or 3 seconds here in a 20-second boss fight.
Yeah, like ideally you want to be standing under her and then like close to the wall so that when she does do the chasing after you attack, she just goes right into the wall and you can keep wailing on her.
I think I messed that up here.
It doesn't always work out. Yeah, it doesn't always work out.
She can be very annoying with that. Especially if you get hit like a time or 2 in between certain, like if you're like trying to chase her down and you get hit by something and then now she's got like extra time to start her next attack or all of this sort of stuff. It's awful. Something you might notice. Oh,
there is a saving grace in that the first couple attacks are thankfully scripted in order.
Yeah.
So the start of the fight is easier, but once she gets away from you, it's panic.
You really got to get the opening down. If you can do that, you'll be okay. Anyway, you see more of these down stabs. You see, I think at the start there, I was trying to go for the actual cancels, but I stopped doing it quickly because I wasn't actually hitting them. And then here in Bone Bottom, I think you just want to do high jumps regardless because your movement is slower on the ground. But I'm not actually sure. It might still be fastest to do really good cancels, but it gets even tighter, which does suck. What I was going to say,
especially when the terrain is very uneven, like when the platforms here are different heights, it's so hard.
It's really annoying because the timing for like when you need to let go will keep changing, right? Because you're doing different lengths pogos every time. It's the worst. This here's our first real sequence break. This is Beast Fly Pogo. We're just going to get this Beast Fly to go all the way up, and then immediately Pogo off of him to reach that ledge. I think we both sort of messed it up. Nice, there you go. The last attempt, too. That was scary. Oh, I got hit by it. This is awful. Okay, there we go.
It's rough, yeah.
That just skips like a room or 2.
It acts predictably, but you still have to be like at the peak of your jump to be able to get enough height off of it, which makes it pretty easy to mess up. Like it's not a hard trick, but it's also easy to slightly mistime it.
Given how early in the run it is, it's kind of one of those tricks that you just end up resetting to sometimes, and that's just kind of okay, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You might have noticed just now in the text boxes with Chakra that we're running on different languages. The reason for that has nothing to do with speedrunning. Valyssa's just being slower. I'm running on simplified Mandarin, which is the fastest language, and Val's running on Japanese, which is slightly slower, but not much.
Normally, I'd also be running on Japanese for no good reason whatsoever, but it's like, eh.
But since I will have control of the first half of the run when we actually do this, it's going to be in Mandarin, I hate to say. Unless we do a language incentive.
I will switch to Japanese, it's fine.
We could do a language incentive. That could be fun.
We could do a language incentive.
That could be fun.
It's not like we ever need to look at the menus and read it.
We really don't.
So,
even less than in the first game.
Yeah. It only matters in like routes where you take the Bell Beast.
Exactly, which neither of us do.
Nope.
Anyway, we just got the Silksong.
Still run with Nail Upgrade, so maybe I do.
I guess, but surely by that time, I hope it won't be necessary. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, we just got the Silk Spear, which is our first new skill. It's just this big, powerful ranged attack. It's fairly straightforward. We need it to break open those silk barriers in order to free the Bell Beast here. And then we do have to fight her before we can move on. There's a cool thing in this fight where if you damage her just the right amount, you can actually finish the fight while she's doing her scream that starts phase 2, and just skip phase 2 altogether. I don't think either of us got it though, from what I remember.
No, I've only gotten it like a few times in general. It's really tight.
Yeah, it's difficult. I need to actually look into like what the setup is, because I don't actually know.
I mean, the setup is also, there's 2 setups depending on what attack she does before, you know, the phase change, and one of them's quite a bit easier than the other one. Depending on like if she does the jump, that's the easier one. If she goes low, you kind of have to do a damage tank and like really squeeze the damage in there.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I'll look into
in this run, I was 1 hit away from getting the cycle skip, just missed 1 attack.
That's a shame. Either way, that's the fight over. You can see that right now we're still like pretty close together. I may be lagging behind by like 10 seconds or so. That is going to dramatically change. certainly at the time that we did these runs, Val was still very far ahead of me, and that felt like a really big gap as well. Like, I did not think that I would be closing it so quickly, but just earlier today I got a new PB that just barely, no, not just barely, that beat out Val's PB by a few minutes, which I'm very proud of. But at the time of this run, it was a big gap, and these runs do show that as well. I think, you know, you ended on like a 112, meanwhile I got a 119, I think, in game time. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a run like this is it's always going to swing a bit because any death is just going to cost you
So much.
at least a minute.
It's so
you know?
bad.
Sometimes upwards of like 2.
Yeah,
3
depending.
minutes.
If you die to like,
Yeah.
what's it called? Lower wing, that's like 2 minutes. It's so bad.
Oh
Just
gosh, you
grab
know,
the bench in the halfway house and you're fine.
No, that's like 2
Or the
minutes.
marathon.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually crazy.
yeah, like if you don't grab it, then it's like 4 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
so
if
we
you-
should definitely grab the bench.
It's more for you than
during,
for me, because you would bench your last bench would have been in Farfields. Mine would be at Chakra.
Yeah. We'd have to do the fourth core skip 2 as well then.
Yep.
So that's really horrible.
Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Defeating the Bell Beast gives us our first Silk Heart, so now we have one little bit of Silk that regenerates over time. If you're not familiar with the mechanic, it's just if you hit an enemy with the needle, you get Silk. You can spend Silk to do stuff, including the Silk Spear that we have, but also other abilities we'll get later, or healing. So now we just have sort of one forever Silk, which is very nice. Obviously going to come in handy. Having done that,
we
we
have
just
also
make our
unlocked
release.
fast travel.
Yeah.
But we're not going to use fast travel
Nope.
unless you do the nail upgrade, in which case you use it once.
Yep. Well, twice, also to get back, but
Yeah, true.
you would just take one little detour to Bellheart. But yeah, we're just heading east to Deep Docks, really only to then get to Farfields, which is the main thing. But on the way, well, it's required. But on the way, we'll pick up the dash upgrade. What's it called even? The Swift Step. Which is very, very powerful. It's sort of like an air dash and speed booster in one, if you're comparing it to other items from other games. It's a very powerful ability. Obviously going to speed us up a lot, but it's also just required, really, to beat the game, I think. At least for NMG, pretty sure.
There might be some convoluted way around. People have been finding some crazy stuff, but at the very least, it would be a lot slower. So
Yeah,
it doesn't matter for
certainly.
us.
I know that low percent
no.
does it without dash,
Oh, shoot,
but
really?
low percent is also stupid.
Oh, I'll bet. That was kind of sad on Val's end there. You accidentally threw the projectile back at him, so he went back down, so you
Yeah.
couldn't pogo. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. But yeah, enemy pogos, definitely a nice way to skip some rooms, like some minor
lot
secret
of that.
breaking.
Like that first one with the beast fly way back, that's skipped like 2 rooms. This one with the bell guy skips literally 2 platforms. And coming up, we're doing one right there off this ostrich guy that skips 1 platform. But like, hey, we'll take what we can get. We're gonna do a lot of that sort of thing.
And it also gives you some silk, which can come in handy for the next
Oh,
arena
yeah.
fight.
Oh yeah. Heading all the way up to this ant arena here with full silk is very, very good. It's like that alone saves like 5 seconds or some shit.
Yeah, because you can actually activate the ants a bit early, because one of them is always going to burrow, the other one sticks around. So you do 3 nails worth of damage, and you also just initiate the fight faster. It's quite nice.
And because I didn't have full silk going in, I spent a little bit of time smacking those ants around to fix that. And that is easily worth it. Oh no, I got hit. So yeah, oh dear. Oh no. Val's lead grows.
This game is infamously quite difficult,
Oh,
quite punishing.
It's bad.
Not the game. The game's good.
No, the game is fantastic. I just mean, like, you know, it's very difficult. It's everything that you do, every mistake you make is just such a big deal, always and forever. Like right now I'm at 2 masks, which is luckily plenty for this part, but a lot of things in this game just outright do 2 damage. A lot less now than at launch, good grief, but no, it's still, being at 2 masks is, you know, I'm just freaking out, really.
Yeah. So how do y'all feel about wave dashing?
I think that you're better at it than I am.
not what I asked.
I don't mind it as much as I used to. We were talking about this when we were first learning the game. Like, it hurt my hands, and I genuinely didn't think that I'd ever be able to do it properly. At least not compared to what I'll call frog hopping, which is sort of the alternative, where you just repeatedly jump and dash. But I got a little bit used to it. I've been finding, you know, some tricks, finding my grooves. It's going a little better now. I did try to implement it recently, and it seems to have paid off, maybe, right? I just got a big PB. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, I just dashed into the lava! No, but it's for reference, what we're calling wave dashing is that the thing that you're seeing mostly Val do, where she'll be running and she'll just do like the tiniest little jump and immediately downstab into the ground and then immediately dash again. And it's this sort of burst of speed that you can just repeat over and over and over, like when you're dashing. And it sort of looks a little bit like wave dashing in Smash Brothers, right? Hence the name. I don't know, you know, is there like a good community consensus on what we're calling that? I'm not actually sure.
I think
I
it is
haven't been
actually
around
just
that.
called wave dashing.
Awesome, perfect, love that.
I've seen wave dashing, pogo dashing. I think I've seen another variant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's early on in the game's lifespan, you know, these sorts of things are subject to change. But in any event, it's a relatively difficult like technique for how much time it saves over the course of the run. It's pretty important, but it's kind of tricky to do. A lot of the time, you're gonna see me like jump and then dash, but not like this, not in the smooth, quick little way, but just do like a full somersault. That's me messing up on a wave dash, where I don't actually press pogo at the right time, and then I just jump and dash without pogoing in between, which is really slow actually. So that kind of stuff, it is really easy to mess up. But the plus side of having dash now and having all of this new tech that we can do is that we don't have to just jump and downstab anymore.
We also beat the balls, like that just happened.
Yeah.
The Lace 1 fight is not really worth remarking on too much. She kind of just dies.
The one cool thing is bosses stagger after you hit him a certain amount of times, and if you stagger her into the lava, it does like a lot of damage.
Awesome.
It's very worth it.
Yeah. So you want to keep her in
Kinda
the
hard to
corner.
keep track of. Yeah. Or at least have her there when you know she's about to stagger,
Exactly.
but I don't count hits, I vibe it out.
I try my best, but it's difficult to do when you're, you know, in the middle of the everything.
Yeah.
Right
So
here, we're
what
just having to
doing
connect.
right now is the only quest we're going to do in the run, because it's kind of very mandatory. We'll be collecting the projectiles of those shooty guys, because we need 25 of them to get our next upgrade.
And ideally, the way we would do that is only having to respawn them once, and only using the ones down below. There's more at the top of this room, but they're pretty far away. So we're just gonna kill these two down here, get all their spines, reload the room once, kill them again, and do it that way. And if you get a little bit of good RNG to get lots of spines, and if you play well right before get the spines before they despawn, then you can do it without ever revisiting that last guy that Val just went to. But again, that requires a little bit of good RNG, so you don't
You
always
also
get to do
see that when they hit completely horizontal spikes, we'll try to knock them out of the air just to make sure that they don't fly away.
Yep. You got to get used to that timing so you can collect more spines than you would if you were only hitting them off the walls. We're doing
The
all
amount of
this to,
spikes that face tanked.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, I'm at 1 mask right now. Peep that. I think I also fell in the lava, to be fair. No, but
Yeah,
anyway,
you did.
doing all this gives us the Drifter's Cloak, which is one of the most important upgrades we're going to get. Again, it is skippable. This one I do know. It is skippable, but we are not going to skip it. Wow, this is like the worst farming I've ever done. Holy moly. Nobody look at my side of the screen, please. Anyway, Drifter's Cloak is it's Princess Peach. We're Princess Peach now. Have you ever played a Mario game? We're Princess Peach. And you can use that to also go in the updrafts and get some height that way. And so, you know, a lot of this area is built around that.
Okay, but looking to the other side, we're now trying to do fourth chorus skip, which is where we just kind of jump out of the arena and skip the boss, because why bother fighting if you can just jump out, you know?
That boss is so slow. It would take like a minute to kill him. Like maybe not quite, but it's bad. It's really slow. So the fact that you can literally just leave is very welcome. It's difficult to do it without stalling in the air by using a heal, but it's very easy to do it with. So what you'll see us do is we'll try to get it without a heal once before he even screams. That's the fastest thing. And then if we fail, if we fall in the lava, we'll just do a heal instead, and it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, like we try to do it healless, one, because it's the faster way and, you know, worth trying. And two, I think if you do with heal, you just don't get enough time because his scream interrupts you.
If you do it with heal the first time before he wakes up, that doesn't work. You can't make it.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. So hence why we do it exactly like this specifically. Oh no, Val.
These guys were trolling me.
Yeah,
so
that was
bad.
tough. That was rude. So we try to pogo off those guys instead of using the updrafts because it's slightly faster. But they're, you know, it's a little bit difficult to kite them around properly. And so sometimes if you're like focusing on the one and the other gets in the way, and then now you can't do it anymore, you know? It's very unfortunate. Anywho, this room right here is where our routes will diverge. So Val is just gonna run straight left and go do some actual like objectives around Greymoor. I think you're just gonna head straight to Moorwing. Meanwhile, me, when I get up there in a minute, I'm gonna turn right and do a trick called Craw Pogo or Crow Pogo or Krogo instead, because I need to get all the bell towers because I'm doing bell routes. Val doesn't have to do that. And the fastest way to get up to the Greymoor Bell Tower is to do that trick, to pogo off some craws to skip up to this high ledge. Because otherwise you'd have to do a whole long and involved arena with like 10,000 craws and then climb up around the side of that area, and it's a whole thing. It actually loses like a minute or something. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, you're gonna see me like kite these two crows in a second. So this is the top right screen. I'm gonna take this bench because I'm at 3 masks or 3 missing masks. And right here, these guys I need to bounce off of, so we're gonna... Okay, well I failed the quick setup, but I can improvise, it's fine. Yeah, not with that.
They seem horrible to deal with, honestly.
It's not as bad as it looks. You have to get used to it, though.
They're definitely bad though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have spent a whole bunch of time and I still don't get them anywhere near consistently.
I've spent maybe like 5 hours or something at this point just dedicatedly practicing that trick. But having done that, it's not that bad anymore. You do get pretty consistent at it.
Yeah, fair.
That brings us to Moorwing,
So
though,
on my
on
end,
your
we
end.
have, Moorwing coming up. Somewhat of an infamous boss for its difficulty, but it's been nerfed since release. It used to be that like all his attacks did 2 damage,
Literally
and now
all of
some of them don't.
Yep. Now the saw blades don't do that anymore. Everything else, I think, still does though. But there's like 3 different versions of the saw blade attack, so it nerfed like half his moves.
Yeah. So ideally, we want to have Moorwing on the very left side, up against the wall, because what we can do there is a Silk Spear cancel. Because when you throw out Silk Spear, you have to wait for it to reach its destination, and then like a little cooldown, and you can't act in the meantime. But when the Silk Spear hits the enemy and then the wall, it just basically instantly returns it to you.
Yep. Like
But
that.
right here, it's up against the wall.
Very nice.
Throw out the spear, instantly smash. Just like that.
And the nice thing about Moorwing is that, assuming he doesn't do the charging attack, he will always just slowly drift away from you. So if you just like quickly run under him and get on the right side, he'll always slowly move towards the wall. But there is still some RNG to how quickly you're actually going to get him there. And again, if he does do the charging attack, then he's going to switch your positions around again. So it's tricky to set up, and I didn't even bother, I don't think, because I'm not good at it. But, you know, whatever. Shall we?
Yeah, so right now our objective is to free Belhart. Basically just because we have to.
Yep. We need the Needle-In upgrade that's locked behind this boss, that's part of this story beat, in order to beat the game. We just kind of need it to do stuff. It's kind of like the Dream Nail in the first game, if you're familiar. And so, you know, we have to do this whole business, even if we don't want to. But luckily for me, it feels a little less bad if you're doing Bell Route, because part of that whole quest is also doing the Belhart Bell Tower, which we do also need. So That's nice.
Yep. And also we get the wall cutting upgrade from it, so we can wall jump because that is, hard required to beat the game.
Is it? Surely we found a way to skip that.
Surely, right? I mean, at least without major glitches, I'm quite sure.
Okay.
I think the final climb will be nearly impossible because you don't
That's
have
a
any
good
enemies
point.
to lure in.
Yeah, that's fair. I have to imagine we could probably make it there, though. Surely.
I mean, if you can do, what is it, Mount Faye without the line launcher, I think we can do that as well, yeah.
Right?
You have an even earlier problem. The needle and dream sequence is just
Oh,
straight
true. Yeah, there's no way you can do the needle and dream sequence.
That is very true.
All right, we figured it out. Anyway. we are so knowledgeable. We're experts. Okay, trust us. Trust us. Trust everything we say. Anyway, this
All right,
skip that Val's doing.
Yeah, so this is another enemy pogo. We basically use the taunt button or challenge button to get it close to us. And it used to be that you use that all the way to actually get it close to you, but someone figured out you can use Garama taunt to get its attention, and then just repeatedly hit the wall to keep its attention.
Which
and
is
kind of
trickier than
blur
it
it
looks.
around. It is quite tricky, yeah.
I still can't quite do it.
Yeah, it's got some very weird rules going on. Oh yeah, I kind of fumbled the movement here like twice.
Unfortunate. Oh no. Oh goodness. That was tough. Anyway.
Yeah,
Oh
and
no.
then I was like,
No. I mean, yes. I'm gaining. I'm gaining. Awesome. Surely I'll win now. Anyway.
Here I was like, oh, maybe I can enemy pogo to get.
You
up
can't do
fast.
that. He just wasn't in position
I'm
for
sure
it.
you can.
I go for that most of the time if he's in position at all. I don't think I got it this run though. Anyway, this is what you were just talking about, right? The wall jump, the clean grip. This is like obviously one of the most powerful abilities in the whole game. It's unlimited vertical movement as long as there is a wall, which is
A solid straight wall and not a crumbly angled wall.
Yeah, there are kinds of walls you can't wall jump on, but for the most part, Hollow Knight is very good about both games about not like teasing you with that. It'll be like actively spiky if you can't wall jump on it most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing the
And,
Gatama skip now. Boing, there we go. Oh no! Oh dear. There goes my gaining. Anyway. So you're headed to the tunnels above Belhart now, which is where the Widow boss fight is. Which is where, you know, our ultimate goal is for this bit of the story like we were talking about. That will never not be funny. Hitting that flump fucking face first is so good. It's so funny.
It is so good. Alright, speaking of Garama, we also use Garama to instantly start the Widow fights, and you don't have to talk to her.
Normally there'd be a bit of dialogue there, but now the Widow fight is not like the hardest fight in the run or anything like that, but it was the hardest fight in the run for me when I was first learning this. For some weird reason, for the first like solid 20 or 30 hours of me learning this run, this was my Achilles heel. I didn't get it, I couldn't do it. Something about it just was kicking my ass over and over. And to the point where like I was PBing on runs where I did like a 4th try Widow just because the PB did as well. This fight is by no means trivial, but I shouldn't have struggled with it as much as I did, and I've gotten a lot better at it since.
Yeah, sometimes the angled bells being shot at you are just really, really difficult to dodge.
That's really the worst part for me as well, for sure. But luckily,
That's so patient.
the main advantage we have in this fight is that Widow has no health, like, at all. So if you just play at all well, you don't have to do it for very long, because she does just kind of die. Case in point, good timing.
Yeah, so for the most part, if you mess up, yeah, that part's always really loud. If you mess up, you have to be so patient on your heals, because if you just randomly decide to heal, you'll get a bell to the face. Like, You gotta be so careful.
In phase 2 especially, really the only chance you get to heal is when she's doing her like running and grabbing at you attack. You can just jump over her and heal, but that's more or less the only chance you get.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's that dream sequence that Onzin was talking about. Yeah, we would definitely need the wall jump, because I mean, look at this. Yeah, no, he's got a point. Fair enough.
Yup.
So yeah, we've got the needle in now. This is sort of the MacGuffin of like actual story progression from here, as you need it to open the doors like just there in this dream sequence to the weave nests, but that's actually not really required. But we will also need it to complete the story objectives in the Citadel later. So we kind of just need this thing. In fact, I will need it to get into the Citadel in the first place. On you guys' route, you can do it without, though it's easier with. But I will actively need it.
Actually,
technically, we can't go into the Citadel either without the needle in.
No?
Because the game checks if you have it in your inventory to even allow for correct exits in the mist.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Huh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, would you look at that? So we both need it. Perfect.
If you somehow manage to major glitch into the Citadel, though, you don't need it anymore because it's just cutscene triggers and you'll get the needle in magically.
Oh, really? Huh. I also didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow. See, I'm not a major glitches runner, so I didn't look into it. But the more you know. That's neat. Okay. Cool. I love video games.
Yeah. Big fan.
Big fan of your work. Big fan of your work.
Talking about the mist, like Val just beat the Widow, so this is the point where the runs split up. You'll see that Val will go back to where they came from, and that Detail will go straight the other way and actually continue towards Shelwood.
Yep.
Because Detail is going to the regular Citadel entrance
Quote,
via
unquote,
Last Judge,
the
and
front
Val
gate.
will be going through the mist.
Yep. The back door. It's also going to mean
just
that
one
we're...
thing.
Yep.
Before we go to the mist, we pick up the needle upgrades to go from 5 to 9 damage. Don't forget it, because if you do, you're very sad. I have done that.
I
It's
luckily
rough.
have not yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. I'm always reminded by the Bellheart title card.
Well, see, you have to go through Bellheart, so it makes sense. For me, if I just,
true.
beat Widow and I'm like, oh, let's go to the mist, I
Fair.
just don't see
Yeah.
Bellheart.
No, that's easier for me, for sure.
Yeah. So, Blaster, please, don't forget the upgrade.
I wouldn't even dare. I have horrible nightmares still, because on my casual playthrough, I beat Last Judge without any nail upgrades.
That's tough.
Yes.
I was stuck a while.
That's tough.
My casual playthrough without nail upgrades went like halfway through the Citadel because I just couldn't find the tinsmith.
It's rough out there.
So yeah, it's like Onzin was saying, Val's heading back out east past where we fought the Moorwing. She's going to head back up and then to a different part of Greymoor, obviously, to get into Sinner's Road, from where you can get into the Mist. Meanwhile, I'm going to head straight back into Shelwood, through some rooms we've already been in, to head further northwest to the Blasted Steps, which is where the front gate of the Citadel is located. First, nail upgrade. I didn't forget.
Yeah. So, Sinner's Road is a very unfriendly place.
Sinner's Road? Where is she?
She's presumably in Belgium right now.
Probably.
Anyway.
Nice save there?
Yeah, so there's...
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
There's some, yeah. Don't worry about
It's
it.
all to get this bench. It
safety
was
bench.
all on cheap manipulation.
You just really wanted that health.
I mean, it does help to actually press the button, and because if you don't press that button, you just have to do the entire run back. It's a bit much. Yeah, so Sinner's Road is actually quite a rough place to navigate, if not for the fact that we can do a pogo skip similar to how the cross skip works. Like you have to hit bounce off of an enemy 3 times. The enemy type that says Chalamet, so we call this the Timothy Chalamet skip.
Indeed.
And it's this guy to my left here.
Having practiced
reset
both
the
of
room.
these, I find this one a lot easier than the Kropogo. Not to toot my own horn.
I can imagine. No, it absolutely is. Oh yeah, and here I accidentally woke up both guys, so I was like, you know what?
Nice.
I'll stay up and left.
Smart. So yeah, we're only in Sinner's Road, or I guess at this point, you know, Val's only in Sinner's Road for just like a brief minute, just to immediately leave again and then never come back. In my casual playthrough, I didn't find that breakable wall until I was deep into Act 3.
I never found it.
Did not know that the mist was a thing until like 50 hours in.
That's funny. Did you also not find the entrance from Bile then?
Nope. In fact, I didn't find the region Bilewater until like an hour before I found the mist.
That's
you get down to
wild.
talk about like mist mechanics. I don't know them, but
Okay, so Blaster, do you want to go for it or should I?
I mean, it all boils down to like there's a beginning part and an ending part, and we need to do 2 rooms correctly. Then we have a midway point, which Val is going right now, and then we need to do 2 rooms more. The way you find the right exit in this room is by playing your needle in for these. I think there are 5 mist fly. I'm not sure what they are, but they will fly towards the correct exit. So we only have to do that like 4 times to find the correct way out of the entire maze. But there is some kind of logic to it, because the farther you get along in the maze, the more of these shrieks. What?
Wraiths, I think?
Banshees,
Wraiths. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah. So the further along you get, the more they will spawn. Also, the more helpful flies will spawn as well. But the thing is, what you need to do is find the correct exit, and there are a couple set paths to take. For example, for the last one, if you know you are in your final room before the exit, you always need to take a right one. So if you know which room you're in and that's a favorable room, always go to the right. You don't need to wake up any of the what's we call flies right now, and then follow them and then go out. So it's kind of RNG based, but there is a lot of logic and knowing where you are in the entire place to get through.
Boy, I'm glad I don't have to do this stuff.
TLDR, the 3rd room, you can take literally any exit, and that'll put you into the crossing. For the final one, it is always a right exit, but there's 2 mist rooms that have 2 right exits. So in that case, you need to still play for the mods, and if you need to know which room you're in to be able to determine that, or if you can just take the right exit.
So right now, there's 2 very exciting things going on at the same time. I'm trying to do Blasted Step Skip. It's going to take me a few attempts. And Val's fighting Phantom. The Blasting Step stuff is really just embarrassing, honestly. So let's focus on the boss fight.
It's a really hard skip. Just to save like 1 room.
But it's a long room.
It is a long room. That's good.
Anyway, boss fight.
Yeah, so Phantom uses these counters very heavily, similar to Lace, but I would say like a lot more predictably. It's a lot easier to dodge. And honestly, once you get them down, it's a pretty easy boss fight in general, because all but one of their attacks are very clearly telegraphed, like well in advance.
Because I fought this boss so late in my casual playthrough, like I said, I didn't find this place until like 50 hours in. They died instantly. I first tried them with no trouble because it just felt like they melted completely, and it was kind of sad. This is cooler.
Yeah, it's true. So I did know about the mist, but I didn't figure it out until beating the game and after watching speedruns. So I also did it like fully geared up, like a true ending gear situation. It was a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this boss also gives us cross stitch, which is an ability I will defend to the death as being very good and not just a beginner crutch.
I agree. Panic buttons are good. Any speedrunner of Hollow Knight 1 should know this, and it is still very true here.
It also just
if
does a
not
lot of
more
damage.
or so.
It does so much damage, especially because they just buffed it as well. It's nice.
And like it really allows you to stay close to your enemy to
Yep.
like keep engaged in the battle, and you'll see me exploit that a lot in High Halls Arena
Yep.
a bit later on.
Now, of course, flip side of that is I'm getting to keep Silk Spear, and that ability has more range, so I do get to play a little bit easier sometimes, a little bit safer against certain enemies, like especially flying enemies. It's a bit easier for me to reach. So
Yeah.
you know, it's a trade-off, but on the whole, if I could take cross stitch and do bell route and take cross stitch anyway, I would. Anyway,
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm fighting the last judge right now. This is my boss that unlocks Act 2, the equivalent of Phantom for my route. And you just got into Act 2, which means that right about this time is when we're going to switch over the audio, because I'm about to die. Spoiler alert. I'm about to do something very stupid and die. There it is. That is not the timing you're
Yeah.
supposed to jump with.
It's rough, right? Because after the fire activates, the timing on that changes.
A little bit, but not very much. It's if you jump with the same timing that you did before, assuming that you weren't horribly early before, you'll still be okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm making my way back to the last judge again. Meanwhile, Val is watching the sort of intro cutscene of the Citadel. A bunch of these dudes spawn. This cutscene's technically different for you than for me because we're watching it in different rooms. And so in your case, you know, different enemies spawn, but also Lace is on the left-hand side, whereas for me, she's gonna be on the right. Yippee! Video game.
But she also has some slightly different flavor text about you entering this Citadel via this way.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Anyway, last judge here, not a particularly difficult boss fight, kind of embarrassing to die to. It took me a good bit to like learn it and get it down, but now that I have, you gotta just do it. It's not that bad. And like many bosses in Silksong, part of the reason for that is very much that she just doesn't have a whole lot of health. You know, you can see she's getting staggered very, very frequently, and we're already into phase 3 now, which is the same as phase 2. It just has a little bit of an intro thing going on. And she's going to die very, very shortly, actually. She doesn't have very much health left, and so you'll see that I'm going a little bit balls to the wall, not even healing at this point, because I just genuinely don't need to.
And of course, everybody's favorite end to that fight.
Kaboom. I got got
she
by that,
explodes.
casually.
If you get caught by that, you die.
You take 2, well, you take
It's
2.
that simple.
You take 2.
You take 3 damage.
It's 3? Oh, shit.
No, you don't. You get
It's-
multi-hit by that if you
I
don't
didn't.
get out fast enough, and then you die.
Yeah, but you can get out, so. You don't have to get hit
It
by it
is a
multiple
multi-hit
times,
of 3
but
damage.
it is easy. Yeah. I died to that in my
Yeah.
casual playthrough, and if you die, you do have to do the fight again.
Yep.
Anyway, more exciting boss
also,
fight.
meanwhile, yeah, so Clockwork Dancers, very easy fight once you get it down because, again, they very clearly telegraph where they're going. And if you don't, you know, go out of your way to put yourself in a bad spot, it's very manageable.
This fight's also a great showcase
so-
of the differences between Cross Stitch and Silk Spear. When I get there, I'm gonna do this like way different.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. So one important thing to know about this boss is they have separate health bars, so it's important to keep track of which guy you're hitting, which can be difficult because they do 2 attacks where you could easily mix them up. And see this one right here? They will return to where they were just before the attack. And the other one is where they go into the middle and do a little dance. They will always go back to the same side that they started the phase on. So that's a very important distinction to make. I got some really unfortunate pattern here. It took quite a while.
Yeah,
to
that
hit
was
it.
not a great fight.
Nah.
Still, like, he did very well, don't get me wrong. I just mean, like, the RNG.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And then, yeah, once you get one of them down, like,
The other guy slows down 'cause
there's
he's
3
sad.
phases where they're together, and this guy is just very sad, and it's just a very sad story that they have in general.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that we don't do that in any percent. Like, well, obviously, right, it's a pretty out-of-the-way sort of side quest, but because if we did, I would be crying live on stream. I love my gay bugs.
That's fair.
I really do. When we get to Trobio, I'm going to be so excited.
Trobio!
Trobio!
Anywho,
It's mandatory to shout his name.
it's true. Val just quickly save quit out after defeating the dancers, because if you do that, then there's this whole cutscene of these statues raising up, and you can skip that. But you do have to wait for the last dancer to explode. If you save quit before that, you gotta do the fight again. No, I'm not speaking from experience. Why do you ask?
Now
Yeah, so
going
it's also
to
interesting.
what is called the Clockwork Tower. As you see, there's many
that's
soul
Shovel
blades.
Knight.
There weren't enough in Hollow Knight.
It's Cogwork Core.
Oh, it's also a tower.
Well, yeah, but it's called Cogwork Core. The Clockwork Tower is Shovel Knight. Don't disrespect my boy Tinker Knight like that. That shit's copyrighted, you know?
Either way, there's many soul blades. We hadn't seen enough of them in Hollow Knight, so Team Cherry decided to actually make them flavored like something instead of just random soul blades. They still deal damage, but less than in like release patch.
Yep.
Thankfully.
These used to deal too. So Val,
Yeah, interesting thing about different routes as well is we take a different route through the Citadel to get to the Clockwork Dancers. Like you're seeing rooms that I have like not seen since my first playthrough.
Because I entered from the front gate at the west side, but you came in through the back door in the southeast. So we just fully approached Cogwork Dancers from opposite ends. And also, I had to climb up a little bit less far than you did. Let's see how my dancers
You're
fight
doing
goes.
You're doing the Screamscape. That's
Oh, yeah,
already
always.
better than me.
It's basically free. Like, even if you're kind of low on health, you can just do it, hit him enough to build up a heal, and then immediately heal. And then you're kind of just breaking even. It's not really any slower than just not doing that. In which case, I just do it anyway for the muscle memory.
That's valid.
Oh no. This music is a banger, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it evolves as the fight goes on. It's just amazing.
It's so good. It gets faster on phase 2, then it gets all discordant on phase 3 because they're desynced, and then on phase 4 it's all slow and melancholy. It's awesome.
So on my end, I always get lost in this room for some reason.
Oh, me too.
And on my way to Trobio. After a little detour.
Yep, that always happens
so-
to me.
Trobio basically guards the way into the Underworks where we need to get the harpoon, silk, not silk.
Claw line.
What's the official name?
Clawline.
Clawline. Yes, thank you. Because that is hard required
Yep.
because of certain doors that needed to activate.
But it's also
to get
luckily very
into
fast.
That is true. But yeah, we need that to get into the High Halls Arena to get the final song to go into the final bosses.
The other way into where the claw line is hidden is through White Ward. But that's like a whole detour where you have to get the key to get into White Ward and do White Ward, which isn't too long, but you do have to do it. And it's just takes absolutely forever.
Isn't there also still a boss at the end?
White Ward? No. That boss is optional. You don't have to do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
The way to
pretty
get
sure.
from White Ward to Underworks is just through the furnace, so you don't have to do the big guy.
Ah, fair. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Anyway, Val is taking a safety bench before Trobio. I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna take Cardinius' safety bench, which I don't know why you didn't, but...
Well, I took some damage to even like get down to this
Oh,
room.
right.
So I was at 1 HP. So and also I didn't think of taking that safety bench. Haha, thank you for the tip.
I got you. It's a slightly longer run back, but it's so much less far, like, because it's on our way there. Like, usually if you want to take a
yeah.
safety bench, that's probably your best bet. Unless you plan on
Absolutely.
dying like 3 times, which you probably shouldn't.
No, for sure. Ah, you died to the same saw blade as me.
Oh, yeah.
Leto.
Oh, this room sucks. I hate this room with a passion. Like, is it a noob check? Yes. Am I a noob? Absolutely.
It's beautiful.
This room
Yeah,
sucks.
so on the Trobio fight here, with the tornadoes, I try to cross-stitch them because it's an easy way to get damage in during an attack that you normally wouldn't be able to hit him, except for a single pogo on his head.
I'm gonna do
and
the same
sometimes
with
you
Silk
can
Spear.
stagger him out of the tornado attack. So yeah,
It's really nice as well.
I tried to cross-stitch that, didn't work.
No, it sure didn't. That was really unfortunate. Anyway, so at this point, I'm in Whispering Vault's arena, which Val was in like 7 minutes ago or something. You've kind of been goofing it a little bit on the way to Trobio here, but I'm still so far behind right now. Like we were talking about at the start, these two runs are pretty far apart. It's like a 5-minute difference, I think, no, more. It's like a 7-minute difference in game time, more in real time because my PC is slower. But, you know, I've been improving, so hopefully I'll be able to carry my weight for the team when we actually do this.
That'll be all
Like
me.
not Robio.
Mirror!
Trobio.
Who need mirror?
I have strats that use it that are just good even if you don't take damage.
Me too, me too.
Good.
I love the mirror so
item.
much. It's me, I need mirror. I'm just making a Twilight Princess joke, that's all.
Ah,
Who need mirror? Look into Eyes of Yedo, they're true beauty. Head ass. Anyway. That one goes out to the Prince of None. But I digress. Yeah, I'm heading to Trobio now. Yeah, there we are. Meanwhile, you're heading into the deep part of Underworks, where the claw line is. Mirror! You need mirror.
Mirror.
Yay.
mirror.
So Trobio's mirror.
And here is where we need a Drifter's Cloak.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, just for that updraft.
Yep.
It is skippable, but you need a different crest for that than the Hunter, and it's not worth to go out of the way for any percent. Anyway, no, the Trobio's mirror is this optional item. You don't have to get it, and like strictly speaking, it's kind of suboptimal. You know, the top level runners don't do it, but it's pretty good. Because what it does is it makes it so that when you heal, it does this big explosion around you, like what Trobio does in his fight. And that does a metric ton of damage. It does 35 damage, which for reference, our needle hits right now do 9. So that's like almost 4 needle hits.
I truly think at worst it loses like a few
A
seconds.
few seconds, yeah. It is close.
I really think it's better, like, because you can use strats that just use it. I'll use it against the Maestros in High Elves Gauntlet.
Yep, me too.
I use it against Grandmother Silk to just get some damage in on the face change. Like, it's,
Oh, no.
it's a good item.
I hope nobody was looking at my screen for that. That was embarrassing.
You're full health.
So close to left side.
Yeah.
You got the backup though. I don't even know how to do left side at all. That's something I still have to learn. But yeah, with the claw line, you can grab enemies from far away and zip on over to them and immediately pogo off of them. Very useful ability, very fast. Going to be using it a lot for the what little remains of the run, because it also just does a lot of damage as well. So it's kind of just good in like boss fights and stuff. It's nice. Good to have.
I think the claw line itself doesn't do a full needle hit, but afterward it leads into stuff really well.
It also
it just stagger count.
It also has 2 hits. So the first hit of the claw line does like not all that much damage. I had to double check this the other day because I was wondering, but then it just does a pogo. So it's kind of like a slow needle hit with a tiny bit of bonus sprinkle damage. But then of course it helps you close the gap to enemies really fast. So it's really good there. You can see the difference, for instance, on these exploding enemies that you were just now fighting, where just the fact that you can just hook onto them from a mile away is so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
My Trobio should be dead fairly soon, I think. Oh no, maybe I'll be dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Horrifying. I love this guy so much. Trobio! He's the best.
Big fan.
Such a good fight. Well, okay, actually, I say that. I like Trobio, the character. I'm also maybe the #1 Trobio fight mechanics criticizer. But I digress. Yeah, so now that you've gotten the claw line, you are heading back up out of the northeast end of Underworks to get into the secret exit to Whispering Vaults to get our first melody of the 3, the Vault Keeper's melody.
Notably, because Val was doing Mistrout, that room that they were in just now doesn't have like a Steam or like
I guess
musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you defeated Phantom, the organ
we
stopped
did
playing.
Mostly.
Yeah. That's a small downside for me is I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for Steam cycles that you fully just can't skip past. Well, Val could just kind of go through it, so it's a little faster there.
Yeah, Steam is rough because 1, it cycles, and 2, if you get caught by it, it's environmental damage, which forces a respawn, and it's also 2 damage, which is rough.
It's really slow to get hit by. You have to avoid it at all costs. Anyway, hi, Gardenias. Take this mysterious cylinder.
Long boy.
Play that funky music, long boy. I love Gardenius so much. He spends his entire appearance just complaining about everything. He's the best. He's just a grumpy old man, and he is yelling at clouds. And I love this guy so much. He wears a funny hat, bro. It has a traffic cone. I love this guy.
That's fantastic.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to climb up the left side here like Val did when she got claw line. I'm just gonna head all the way over back to the right and then climb up sort of the casual way. It's way slower, but I don't know how to do the other way, so what do you do? Also forgot where the ring was, but don't mind that.
In there. Oh, you didn't get the intruder. He was close though.
I did not. I did not. Sometimes that flying guy can enter the arena and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, now that you've turned in the Vault Keeper's melody at Cardinius, we'll ignore that. You're gonna go to Cogwork Core, right?
Yes, man. I think I have one more open here. I was kind of beefing it.
Oh no.
Although to be fair, that was iffy. I feel like that could have worked.
Oh yeah, like I'm also the #1 Hunter's Crest hater. I despise this thing. The Hunter's Crest pogo is the least consistent pogo of all of them, from what I've been able to find in playing the game casually. And in Cogwork Core, it's just the absolute worst. You'll just pogo off of something, but because you were marginally too close or marginally too far down when you started your pogo, you just get hit on top of pogoing. You get the sound effect and then you get hit anyway. And it's the most frustrating thing. And the claw line is much the same.
I've gotten accidental pogo storage a few times because that's exactly how you do that. And I've been like, wait, why am I hearing like slashing sounds? Why am I seeing that below my body? Oh,
that's happened to me as well. I do not like the Hunter's Crest very much, and I wish that it was worth it in any percent to just go out of our way for literally any of the other ones. Except Beast. I despise the Beast, but, you know, whatever.
I love Beast.
I'm a basic bitch. What can I say? I mean, I can't deal with the weird salto. I never know where it's gonna go. Oh, you killed that guy. That's smart. I have literally never thought of just killing that guy.
I
Genius.
don't always, but the soak does come in handy here.
Yeah, and it's good for safety, right? If you're worried about getting hit by him, because the steam attack that enemy does 2 damage. So like,
yeah,
I always just run face first into him and then damage tank through both of those guys. That's usually what I end up doing. Not entirely on purpose, mind you. It's just I get hit and then I, pivot. but like. No, that's way smart. If you need to play it safe, you can just kill him through the platform. Hold on.
Yeah.
Willow learns.
Also, this puzzle here, I messed up and I got confused for like a minute.
Oh,
I have the muscle memory to just do it, but then here I got so confused. Like, wait, it's not lining up. I thought I was supposed to hit it first, but it's not lining up. What's happening? Then I lost count, and then I basically had to solve this column from scratch.
Oh no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I just have it up on my splits. My split name for this split is just the 4 columns and the order that you have to hit, or like the numbers that you have to hit them in.
Well, see, that's what I did for my first couple runs. Since then, I've just grinded out the muscle memory for it. But when you mess up, you just it's so hard to recover.
I'm gonna try not to rename that split because like even when it gets in there, like I'm still gonna want to be able to check, you know.
Here's me casually solving the puzzle, being confused. Why does it not line up? All right, I forgot to hit one of them because I got out of my muscle memory.
Literally casually solving the puzzle.
For real.
I just got Vaultkeeper's Melody at Cardinius, and because I was a little bit low on health, I went and I took the bench. I really didn't want to die. I was trying to play it very safe because you know this is like a showcase for a submission to a marathon. I felt like I should play it safe. Don't regret it, but you know, so be it. Well, okay, that's good. Well, no, getting hit is still bad, but you know, the bench was worth it, is what I'm saying.
Gosh,
I hit the I hit the thing. Shit.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
So the thing is, if you do wave dashes here, it's really easy to hit the lever on accident. And so, like that. So you gotta really space them out properly, or just do frog hops. And I unfortunately did beef it.
Ah, beautiful music.
Oh yeah. Dude, the Cogwork core theme goes hard. Christopher Larkin's the GOAT.
For real.
What am I doing?
Once the cycles get off,
That was some fucking Looney Tunes shit, dude. No!
Getting up close and personal.
I'm literally Wile E. Coyote right now, and the Roadrunner just painted a bunch of saw blades on the wall. That was awful.
we're both having to take the safety bench here. That's so rough.
That's tough. I mean, I usually just take it, even if I'm at full health, just because, like, Cogwork Core 2 is a hell of a thing, but... Oh, right, I always forget about the secret exit there. That's way fast. Hold on. I need to start doing that.
Definitely recommend that. Yeah.
Nah, clearly I didn't need it. It's fine.
All right. So on my end, I'm making my way over to the High Halls area, which is quite infamous for having a very long, drawn-out, tough arena fight.
You are
and
taking
it's
a
still
very
goes
different route there.
all
What?
Really?
What are you doing?
Interested. I'm taking a route that I learned from the world record like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, that's...
Not long way.
I can't imagine
Don't
how
mind me,
this would
sir.
ever be faster. What? Is this like a misroute thing where like some of these doors aren't? Oh yeah, no, this actually no. Okay, this is a misroute thing. There's a door up here in this tunnel that isn't open yet for you because you didn't come through there the first time. There we go. Okay, solved it.
Oh.
So I get to take a slightly faster route from Cogwork Core to High Halls, which is nice.
That makes sense, yeah.
There we go. We figured it out. We know the game so well.
We're learning together.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Did you go for the funny skip with the spikes?
No. I have not learned that yet.
I think I might have gone for it on this run. I'm not sure. This would have been right around the time when I learned how to do it, so I'm not sure if I actually went for it or not. It's pretty fun. There's a skip in High Halls, like right where Val's about to be in this long room where you fall down with a bunch of spikes, where you can do this little position setup to line yourself up just so that you can down dash straight through some spikes without getting hit, without even technically clipping out of bounds, which is cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It looks sick.
Like, if nothing else, it's worth it for style points.
Oh, absolutely. But also it saves like a second or two, which is not nearly enough for how difficult it is, but hey, at least it saves time.
I beef it here so often. I need to grind this room out.
Oh yeah, me too. This one's tough. I'm just bouncing like a maniac because I fucked up on the second one there. You're supposed to hit it 3 times, but I accidentally hit it 4 times, so then I had to hit it 2 more times. Or even, yeah. No, 3 more times. So I was just pogoing around for like a minute there. Horrible.
Yeah.
High Halls Arena!
High Halls Converts. So, whenever I face the big guys, watch how I use my cross stitches, because I find that it's so freaking good. And also just in general, it's good area
Holy
attacks on these
iframes.
guys. The iframes are ridiculous. That's like when the big guys do their jumping attacks like charged up with the big explosion. You can iframe through that entire thing if you parry the first hit of that.
That's awesome. And
It's
insane. That's some serious descending dark shit. Did you run the first game ever?
Nope, I have not.
You have played it though, right?
I've played it. I thought I beat it. Apparently I didn't beat it.
You don't know?
But I got pretty far.
Don't know about descending dark?
That shit is great.
It's ridiculous. It's the upgrade to Desolate Dive, and it does like double damage, but also it has like 10,000 iframes. You get to walk around for nearly a full second after the move's end lag ends, fully invulnerable. It's so dumb.
That's awesome.
Also, nice Yoda noise.
So, what I also try to do in this fight is use a lot of Tropio mirrors, and sometimes I get greedy and yeah, take damage instead, and it's awful.
No, I do the same. I do the same. But it does so much damage. It's 35. It's crazy. It's really good.
Especially on those guys. Those are so hard for me to deal with, not having Silk Spear.
Yeah, for sure. So just now, by the way, on my screen, I went past the tunnel that door is open in that you couldn't do. So I got to go from Cogwork Core to High Halls in like literally 10 seconds, which is pretty cool. I did not know that you guys couldn't do that, but that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really interesting how like the Act 1 decision still makes a difference here at the end.
It's awesome. I love it. So let's see if I went for the spike skip. I don't think I did, if I recall correctly, but I don't know. Nice save.
Bell throwers.
Oh, the bell throwers are the worst. Well, no, Silk Stealers are the worst.
Really,
The bell throwers are also the worst. Did you see that bell thrower like almost get into the mirror? That was so sad. All right, spike skip, hold.
Let's see.
Okay,
Yes.
I am going for it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it at all, but let's see.
I mean, might have another attempter.
No, that was just, I did the setup wrong. I hit the ring, so it pushes you. Surely I go for it again, right? Surely. Oh, come on. Come on, Willow, please. I want to see it. Aww. Boring. Boo, get off the stage.
That's very safe of you.
Yeah, at 2 masks, I'm not going to risk it, because there's still more to go after that, right? It makes sense. Okay, case in point. Case in point.
In the explosion. I was in the explosion.
That's so screwed
That
up.
is
What?
indeed some
What?
dark shit.
That's
That's
awesome.
crazy. That's not okay.
It's actually so fucked.
It's beautiful. I love it so
Meanwhile,
much.
I have to struggle. I have to sit there and tough it out like an honorable warrior. Meanwhile, this bozo.
That is so unfair. These things suck so
What?
bad without iframes.
Man, fuck you.
You do have to counter the first hit, right?
Oh no.
Yeah. The landing hit is what you counter, and then you just sit there.
It's so difficult. Anyway, I enter High Halls Arena right when you finish it. Look at that. So that tells us that I'm roughly 6 minutes behind right now.
Yeah,
Because that's give or take how long this takes.
that adds up.
It's crazy. It's so long. But yeah, doing High Halls Arena just gets you the what's it called? The fucking
Conductor's
conductor. Thank you. Yeesh. The conductor's melody, which is the last one of the 3. So after this, it's just final boss time, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Now, if you are a baller, you can not take the safety bench before High Halls Arena, and then you can save quit from the Conductor's Melody straight to the Cogwork Core bench to get to the final boss elevator immediately. But obviously doing that would require that you just be very confident that you don't die in High Halls Arena, and neither of us are when we're playing it safe.
Yeah, not for a marathon run. For PB attempts, I will start going for that, because I did not realize Conductor's Melody was not a hard save. I thought it was.
No, it's not. I think it's the only one. No, Vaultkeeper's Melody also isn't. It's just Architects. No, but I also haven't started doing it yet, but at this point I definitely should, with how far I'm grinding this. I definitely need to start taking, or stop taking that bench. So yeah, High Halls Arena
That's
for
gonna be some
me
nice free time save.
is probably a little bit slower than for you, just in general. Like, I imagine the ability to like cross-stitch these guys and stuff is you're probably doing this a little faster. But Silk Spear comes with a lot of advantages as well. Like I was saying before, it's really easy for me to just hit flying guys like these, and especially groups of them, in a way that's a little harder to do with cross-stitch. And Silk Spear also does, at least individually, do more damage. So if you do get those combos, it adds up quickly. But it's clunkier, it's a slower ability, just outright, and it doesn't have those iframes, so you can't do any of that cheese on the big, what are they called? The big guys with the hammers. So, again, broadly, if I could choose, I'd take cross-stitch any day of the week, but Silk Spear has its advantages.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Lace 2
Alright,
on Val's
Lace
end.
2. Basically Lace 1, but she has a different parry she can do now, which catches me like 3 times during this fight.
Oh, no.
It makes me feel so bad. Right
That's a
there.
greedy mirror,
One.
though.
I mean, kinda.
2.
For some reason, too.
Oh,
Greedy
she's
mirror.
going for it again.
3.
I am the greed. And I just goofed that. Oh, you died on aisles?
No, don't look
crap.
at my screen. I'm just really slow. Okay, I'm just taking it slow. I'm just playing it safe. No, I'm just playing it safe, guys.
That was a punishment of greed.
It wasn't even.
See, this is why I had to do my previous PB on Steel Soul, because my hubris gets the better of me so many
Oh, yeah.
times.
No,
I
same.
can't be allowed to have that weak leniency.
No. No, for me on High Halls Arena just now, I died because I was trying to dash away to immediately heal because I realized how low I was, and I just gotten my Silk. And I just fully pressed dash too early, and Hornet hadn't turned around yet, so I just face planted into him. 2 contact damage, sorry!
Uh-huh.
Sucks to suck.
That was a really slow Lace fight on my end. That can go a lot faster. I think you're probably making up time on that.
Oh, definitely not. I played it so safe. Like, your screen is going to already be gone by the time that I entered the Silk Heart sequence. Like, I am not having a good late game. I mean, mostly it's the dying on High Halls, obviously, especially because I died right at the end. I actually lost like 4 minutes to that.
Actual final wave.
Yeah, but like, I think Lace was also pretty bad. See ya, bozo. I love the mirror so much. The mirror is the best.
So good.
Romeo!
Ooh. Getting called out by that. That's so rough.
Is it just me, or is the audio getting a little desynced?
It does look a little bit
Kind
off.
of.
Yeah.
Something strange is afoot. Something's fishy. I realize I haven't said anything in a while. I'm just like focusing on the fight. It's so fun to watch.
It's so mesmerizing as well.
Oh, you do left side
It is.
cradle climb. Huh. I wonder if that's
I-
faster.
I
Probably.
do whatever.
I always go up the right side.
Talking about cradle climb, at the top we have the final boss.
Yep.
A giant ball of silk that will soon turn into the actual final boss, Grandmother Silk. Remember the radiance, everyone.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
To
Fight
be
the
fair,
sun?
this isn't the true final boss like the Radiance is. So like, you know, more like a comparison to the Hollow Knight, you know?
In how strong they are, in the attacks they do.
Oh,
You
true,
see
yeah.
spears.
This is kind of
and-
like the
and more
Radiance, right?
spears.
That's true. It's just way easier. Grandma Silk is very slow. She attacks pretty infrequently and highly telegraphed. And on top of that, She gives you, like, roughly 1 heal opportunity per attack. It's actually messed up. It's so easy to just stay alive in this fight. If you don't want to die here, you don't have to. The only reason you would ever die is because you're playing to go fast. And that does happen. But, you know, it's...
Yeah.
This fight is kind of laughable from a casual perspective in terms of just, like, fighting the war of attrition of a casual final boss. This fight is just not very difficult at all.
And it really isn't in the speedrun either.
No, the
It's
difficult part is
very
going fast.
trivial. You just use claw line to go to wherever she is, and then you hit her, and then she dies, because that's just what she does.
Yep. Nice mirror. See, I don't do that
that
mirror
is-
strat because I just use a silk spear there instead. That way I get to conserve some silk, and it only does, like, a little bit less damage than the mirror does.
Yeah, fair. It's just I haven't really figured out how to cross-stitch on her effectively, so I just don't use the silk otherwise.
And you wouldn't be able to cross-stitch on, like, the phase transition anyway, so it makes sense to use the mirror there. But if you
Yeah.
have silk spear, then you can just do that. Oh, that was almost a sick dodge.
Almost.
Note
Again,
how
you
this
risk-
is a boss that deals 3 damage instead of 2
Only with that
one of
attack.
their attacks.
Yeah. And that just doesn't matter because there's always a full opportunity to heal immediately after that attack at all times. Meaning, if you get hit by that attack while at full silk, no you didn't.
Yep.
It's so silly. I like the fight a lot. It's very fun to do, but like, it is kind of laughably easy compared to some of the other things we've had to do, including Lace 2 just before.
There we go, it's done. Like, the worst thing she can do is spawn rocks over her, so you can't actually go to wherever she is, and then you just throw a spook spear at her if you have one, and if you don't, then I don't know what you do.
You stand there very sadly.
Fair enough. Not a whole lot to do there. The fact that she can go in the rocks at all is so messed up. So yeah, that's time for Val. RTA 114.12 with loads removed 112.33.
That's such an
My
insane
PB
time.
at this time.
Yep, still your PB to this day.
Thank you.
Very, I mean, you did it like 3 days ago, yeah. But you know, very, very good time indeed. I'm very impressed. And there's a lot still to gain as well, because you pointed out several times while we were going here, like, oh, I beefed this, I beefed that. Like, you got a lot still to get down, I think.
Yeah, no, looking at it again, I definitely see potential, especially if I just cut out the safety benches, that's like easily a minute. Especially with the high hulls one,
Right.
probably like half a minute in itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, just cleaning it up should be all good.
Meanwhile, I'm here in Lace 2. I'm not as practiced at this fight as you are, certainly not at the time of this run, which is like 5 days ago. I'm gonna get hit a lot, and I'm gonna do a lot of heals, but I'm not actually gonna hit a lot of mirrors. Now, I will say, I don't get hit as much by the parry, specifically. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. But no, beyond that, I'm gonna do this fight a lot worse than you just did, for sure. But, you know, it'd be what it is. The main thing that I often get hit by this, and that's still true now, is the jumping attack. I tend to get hit by that, like, on the scoop, on the front end, before she even really starts to rise into the air. That thing just gets me.
That is normally where, like, the only thing I realistically get hit by in a normal run.
No, it's tough. She's very fast. That's a fun fight to do, though. A lot of fun. Probably my favorite boss fight in the run, I think.
It's either that or, like, just getting a kill on motorcycle, because...
Yeah, because it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Timioyen. The voice work of this is so good. It's awesome.
I love Hornet.
Me too. I love that there's an option to turn the hero voice off, but by God, am I never going to use it.
That option exists?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's kind of nice for people who find it annoying, but like, I love Hornet.
I can't imagine.
No, I can imagine it. There's so many games where I would have loved to have that button.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Read Ocarina of Time.
You know, fair.
Anyway, so yeah. I'm zooming in on my game now because, you know, Val's is gone. The recording ended. It would just be a black screen. And I figured it's nice to get the added visibility. So we're just gonna have one last grandma fight, and then that'll be that. Boy. So yeah, this timer, by the way, that's been going this entire time, just for reference, that's the real time. But we would normally time this game in load removed time using a load remover inside the auto splitter and live split, where, you know, that would be able to compensate for the fact that this game's loading times are A, pretty long and B, inconsistent. And so it helps to compare between, you know, computers of different powers, but also just, you know, sometimes it takes longer to load than other times. And so sometimes it's not super meaningful to time in real time certain splits. So it's good to have that kind of a tool. This is pretty standard for both Hollow Knight games. But given that we're submitting this to, you know, an in-person marathon, I figured it'd be useful to have a real-time timer on screen just to give an indication of, like, what we might be thinking of. And so we're going to clock in here at a little over an hour and 20 minutes, which I think is a pretty reasonable estimate. I think we might want to submit this at something like 125, just to be very safe.
Yeah,
we are going to be taking it safe
Yeah.
in some spots.
We're playing it safe, and also we'll have like another few months of practice under our belts. I think 125 is very reasonable.
That's sort of what I'm thinking. But mostly we're going to have to see whether that's feasible at all, because for right now, that's not possible. Because if you put together Onzin and my PBs, that's above that. So, you know, we'll have to wait a second.
My PB currently just sucks. I'll have to practice more. But
I wasn't going to say it, but you're right.
That will happen.
No, but that'll be fine. I expect 125 or so will be A-okay.
Yeah, it should be totally fine.
You can see me doing similar things to Val here, by the way, where I'm just constantly claw lining and then just beating the shit out of her until she leaves again, and then claw lining again, and just rinse and repeat until she dies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially with how we're splitting it up, like if each person just focuses on their act, it's gonna be even more efficient to get the practice in and get
But I
down.
am going to keep grinding the game. Like, I really enjoy
Sure.
doing full game runs, so that's how I'm going to get most of my practice.
Same.
The convenient part for me is that I'm doing Act 1, so I can actually just do PB attempts and then reset a judge if it's shit, and then I'll get practice.
Cheating.
So cheating. Best of both worlds. But yeah, we are actually still not 100% decided on how we're going to split up the acts, but it's likely going to be Blastermak and myself on Act 1, and then Valyssa and Onzin on Act 2. That seems to be what makes sense. But that might change. Hard to say.
We'll just have to see. We can always change.
Exactly.
Like,
We can change until the very
Not a
last
big deal.
moment. There's really no trouble. Anyway, phase 2, now she spawns spikes and rocks, and everything just gets generally slightly more miserable, but it's kind of the same thing. You just claw line her, beat the shit out of her, claw line her again, keep going, occasionally heal. This fight is just... It's very dramatic, it's very cool, it looks scarier than it is. It's just... She doesn't put out a whole lot of threat. It's just, if you're approaching this from any kind of theoretical lens, she's just not... The bubble theory doesn't add up on this one, is what I'm saying. She's not a very good opponent, unfortunately. I missed that mirror horribly.
should be almost that though.
Yeah, should be close at this point. Be nice if I could hit her, though. That should have probably just been a spear. Whatever. There we go.
There it is. Nice.
So yeah. Obviously, Val finished a good bit ahead of me. But like we've been talking about, it's gotten more even since then. At this point, my PB is 2 minutes ahead of yours. But I'm still a bit less consistent than you are, for sure. So that's like a pretty good place to be, I think, overall. At least better than what we're seeing here in this recording, right? So if we just all sort of practice some more before the event, which we have lots of time for, conveniently. They're doing submissions real early this time around. That'll be very easy. So should make for a good race, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to be really interesting having both of the routes, and also just being able to get like all four of us involved without necessarily having like a 4-person race,
gonna be
because
so
I feel like
fun.
that can be a bit,
gonna be so fun.
overwhelming. Yeah,
I think
I'm very
that's-
excited to just keep running the game.
I think that's really all
Yeah,
for
mostly
us.
that. Just doing runs is
It's
great.
so fun. It's so fun. Anything else
Great game.
you guys want to say?
Thanks for putting together this mission video.
I got you.
Thank you, Detail. Caramba.